Hello, and welcome back to the Coop De Villa podcast. I'm Scott Cooper, and we are back to talk about Aston Villa versus Watford. Another disappointing performance, another horrible result, and we will be getting into all that is nasty and horrible about the game after this. Okay, and we were back at Villa Park for another game, a really important game after the poor run we'd been on with drawing at home to Leeds and losing last week away at Newcastle. We really needed, to turn up and put in a good performance and get a good result, but that didn't really end up happening, did it, Noah? There was the one change with we were expecting more last week. We talked about it, but only Ollie Watkins for Danny Ings was the only change. And even though we played better, we just really couldn't, we couldn't get anything going in the final third.
Yeah, couldn't get much going at all, but I feel kind of happy. I only got to see 45 minutes of the game, unlike you boys with the 90 minutes. Went out for my mate's birthday. And passed out before kickoff, or just after kickoff, and woke up at half time. So yeah, I got to see a pretty poor second half, if I must say. Not many clear chances in the second half at all, but I did watch it back, and Ings, I think, did okay. I mean, that chance to hit the post, we're talking about those chances that he always scores. That's one of them you expect him to bag every day of the week. And look, unfortunately, goes the wrong side of the post. If we're winning games, that hits the right side of the post and goes in. But look, bit of a rough patch. I think we'll see more changes for Brighton. I think we have to. Stevie G didn't like being booed off after the game. He said that they deserved it, which they definitely did. They were very, very poor, and we need to stop this rot.
Yeah, well, talking about Danny Ings, the first real moment in the match came after 2 minutes, Tommy, when there was a big shout for a penalty where Danny Ings got in front of his man, and he sort of, kind of went into the back of him. But what did you think? Because a lot of villains out there thought we were robbed.
100% it will rob. I think sometimes it's like if someone makes a rough foul in the first, couple of minutes, the ref might let it go, and penalty is just a completely different thing, isn't it? I think it was clearly fouled, and to not even flag it, to be honest, if that was against us, or if it was at a more critical point in the season, definitely get brought back, just for that alone. So, I think it was a pen. We've seen the replays, we've watched it, and I don't know how the refs keep missing this. We're padding, what's the name? Jared Gillett on the back, saying he'd done some good calls and he made some bad ones. But, the big decisions like that could be game defining. We go up 1-0 in the opening, minutes of the game. And then, we had more shots probably as a whole, even though most were probably off target, but, it kind of changes the complexion, and then we start to, build our dominance from there. And I probably would have backed things to, take it and probably find the back of the net, and definitely we've got his confidence going.
That's it. And, we saw like a month or two ago when we played Liverpool, Mo Salah's penalty where, he did exactly the same thing with Mings, got in between him and the ball. Mings makes slight contact, but it's still enough to, be given a penalty in that instance.
Yeah.
But in this instance, it's it wasn't called on field. And then once it's not called on field, then, the VAR probably aren't going to overturn it. But I think
this is where we need the challenge system back in that we kind of alluded to. If everyone else can see it, it's definitely worth taking the gamble. But yeah, for the ref to not even notice it or consult his fellow officials, I don't know. I find that really sketchy. If he was on a wrong angle, consult your officials. For the liner to not flag it, like that was the other thing. Because Ings was I think in between the ball, the defender and the line. It's not like he was, there was an obstruction in front from the linesman's point of view. Linesman had a clear view of it.
Yeah, and then Troy, as the first half went on, we sort of huffed and puffed, had a lot of the ball. Watford was sitting deep in their own box, and we just couldn't create anything in that final third. We weren't knocking good balls into the box. I think Dingue probably had his poorest game maybe since signing. Matty Cash, we've been talking about it for weeks now. Good defender, puts in a shift and everything, but his final delivery is lacking. And and it was actually Watford who had the best chance in the first half.
Well, yeah, there's a lot to unpack in that first half, isn't there? Let me just say, I don't think it was just the referee that missed that that penalty appeal, I think the players did ask for it to go to VAR, and I think VAR had a look at it, and they took all of about 10 seconds, 15 seconds to wave that away. Had we been playing, let's pick a random color shirt to play in, let's say red, I reckon that would have been reviewed for 2 or 3 minutes until we got the decision that we wanted. It was a disgusting decision. As for the first half, you know what? Okay, we weren't ruthless in front of goal, but I was actually quite impressed. The passing was good, the creativity was good, the confidence was good. Not all the players were clicking. The Watford right back had figured out Dean that all he has to do is stand on Dean's left foot, and he's not getting a ball in. Dean didn't look like he could use his right foot. But look, overall for the first half, I was quite impressed. A lot of people might sort of sit there going, no. But I think their overall view of the game might be tarnished because of what happened in the second half, the changes that were made. But the first half, you know what? I maintain that had Gerrard stuck with it, had a little bit of patience, that I think we would have gone ahead. I think we would have got a goal. But then the changes came, and it was just it was just a mess. But I was quite excited compared to how we played against Newcastle, especially. I thought that first half was okay. We didn't get a goal, but I was happy with it. I was quite pleased. I didn't think John McGinn had a great game, but aside from that, I thought the first half was okay. It was. I'd give it an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I think we were much sharper with the ball. We were obviously trying to move it quicker, which is something that I think at Newcastle was awful. We were really slow and really kind of pedestrian, but we did try and knock it about. We were making runs. We were trying to, but I think Watford just felt like, well, if we sit back with like 11 men behind the ball, I don't think they're good enough to break us down, and we have the pace on the break, and their defense is a bit suspect, and you got to give Watford credit. I think their game plan, the Roy Hodgson game plan, worked.
It works 100%. Every time, Scotty. Yeah. And when we were playing Palace, I think it was away last year, we lost 3-2, whatever it was. That's exactly what they did. Yep. We pressed and pressed and pressed and pressed, and they just countered with Zaha and all those quick players they had, and it's his game plan, and it works. It works.
And Tommy, going into into halftime, the Watford had that massive chance through Dennis where Emmy makes an absolutely fantastic save. Yeah. You got to say, we've talked a little bit about maybe this season he hasn't been at his best, but he was back to his best last night. That some of the saves he made were fantastic.
Yeah, I think he can't do everything on his own, Scott. That's the other thing. So I think if the defense having a bad game, he'll kind of just fall into that category, given he's the last line. And, we've seen him pull saves out of his ass, and he's always done that. So, I mean, we'd back Emmy to make it. But, yeah, that's probably one of the saves of the season from that range. And, Dennis is actually quite clinical. Funny enough, he goes to score the winner. It's not the first, not the last time we'll see Emmy, save the team's ass and probably bag a few points for us. But I think we need confidence all round, but yeah, definitely starts from defense, working your way forward. And to be honest, I just felt that we were so exposed. I know we're talking about the first half, but we just got so exposed in the second. And I do believe it does come from offense. Like our midfield, there was just so much of a gap between defense, midfield, forwards. And, we keep playing these fucking three. Technically, we're never playing a lone striker. There's always like Buendia and Coutinho around Ings, and they're not wingers. Wingers need to be around strikers, not, two attacking mids. Yes, they can find him with the ball. But I don't agree with the system as well, that it should be a 4-3-3 with Coutinho and Buendia on the side of Ings. That's literally not, that's just not built for that. It's like 4-4-2 and playing two midfielders on the wing. You wouldn't play them there. And a 3-3 shouldn't change that.
And when Dingo and Cash get forward like they do in this system, that just leaves gaps where McGinn and Ramsey are supposed to be covering, but they've got creative instincts of their own. They want to, get in the box or, get involved. And then all of a sudden they're looking over their shoulder. And like you said, we were exposed 3 or 4 times. Like it wasn't just once. Watford aren't a team that have many chances, but every time they did have a chance in transition, it looked like they were going to score.
Yeah.
100%. I was just going to say, McGinn and Ramsey, neither of them are actually CDMs, and that's where everyone keeps bloody playing them. You know, like they've got attacking instincts. When we're going forward, their body's naturally going forward, even if the coach is saying stay back, because that's what they do. They've been playing that position for most of their life. Their natural instinct is to score, assist, get forward. So that leaves us exposed. That's why I said we need someone like a Basuma. If we didn't get him, go get a Kamara. Get someone that thinks, okay, we're attacking. My job is to stay back and protect the defense in case they start a counter. Dennis and Sarr tore us a new ass last time, and he's done it again. You know, whether it's Digne, whether it's Target, heck, whether it's Roberto Carlos, this guy's got pace, and they just found him on the wings all the time. And even Dennis was a bit of a menace. You know, sorry for the pun and the analogy, but you know, and, it was they just kept bombing it and it worked for them. And the thing is, we didn't even think like, hey, let's just hold back a bit. We just kept doing the same thing, and they caught us out in the end. That's where it came from.
And I think maybe that's one thing that we're lacking as a team, Noah, with you know, you look at Watford and they got pace. They got pace to burn in that front three. You know, Dennis, Sarr, and, you know, Joshua King isn't slow either. But our front three, you know, Coutinho, Buendia, and Danny Ings, it doesn't have that same sort of like, you never think that one of those three is going to like go past someone.
Exactly.
Like,
who's our go-to guy? That's
who's
the guy that's going to put the team on the back and say, I'm going to score the goal. I'm going to bag an assist. Not just this game, but almost every game, doing it consistently. I think that was Coutinho to a point, but you know, he's pinging these great long shots, but they're not going in. Again, put Dennis and Sarr in a top four side. Heck, put them at Villa. You know, put Ings or Watkins with them. That's a 25, 30 goal partnership again. I'm not even kidding.
Well, you know, it's sort of, you know, brings up a few questions in the how can we get that front three going, Troy? Because I think personally that maybe someone like Leon Bailey, who's got pace, you know, as maybe like a false nine, you know, like play him with Coutinho and Buendia, and at least we'll get someone running in behind. I mean, I know that that's risky because he's not a proper striker. Maybe playing for Buendia and then play Ings.
That's what I was going to say, definitely.
Yeah, but
you got to use his pace. He's rapid. In my opinion, he's the first player we've had with genuine pace since Gabby. Like I can't think of anyone else that had genuine pace to burn.
And he's got a rocket of a shot on him as well. Like he can ping one from outside the box with ease.
And when that ball went into the box and he just didn't get that touch right, and I thought that's just summed up our day. If he gets that touch under control, like it's our best chance of the game by far.
Ramsey's got a lot of pace, but nowhere near what.
I think Ramsey has. He's got a good acceleration, but he hasn't got like, you know, a natural stride like Bailey. You know, that guy gets it, he's gone. Like you can't stop him.
Yeah, he is absolutely rapid. The problem is we have a lot of creativity up front where we don't have the pace. We can turn teams inside out. The problem we've got is a massive disconnect between the creativity at the front.
Where's the synergy?
That's it. To me, there's one thing stood out. A couple of bad things stood out. One good thing stood out to me last night, and I was a bit disappointed with a couple of times that Chambers committed and went to ground when he should have done. He made a couple of silly mistakes, but it kind of stood out to me. We don't have a defensive midfielder. This guy's screaming defensive midfielder. He got the ball. He took the pressure off Mings, carrying it forward. He was quite comfortable carrying the ball into the opposition half, parking in front of their box and pinging the ball around. Yeah, okay, he's not a Claude Makelele, but the guy was okay. And I'm thinking to myself, do you know what? As I sent this message to you guys this afternoon, maybe we should play a 5 at the back or a 3 with the wing backs
and have him. 5 at the back against, like, I'm not, you know, no disrespect. Like, are you going to play that against Watford? Are you going to play it against the bottom teams?
That's what I mean. I don't
like
think you can.
Smith, it worked against Liverpool, United, like some of these big mobs, but like, and then it got exposed in the end. So, like, is that going to change anything?
No, it'd be a very different kind of not 5. It's more 3 at the back. Instead with the wide guys. Okay. But then you'd have your central guy. I'd have Chambers playing as almost a pseudo defensive midfielder. And I think his natural tendency first is exactly. Whereas Dougie Luiz, his natural tendency isn't. We saw it against Newcastle. It was. Sam Maximin had the ball and he was making a run across the pitch, and Luiz thought, I'm going to intercept a pass that he's going to pin back. So he moved forward, whereas a natural defensive midfielder would have gotten goal side of him. And that happens a lot. We need someone whose first natural tendency is to take a step back towards the goal. That's what a proper defensive midfielder does. I think that was the problem I think he could
convert a defender. It's easy to convert a defender into a CDM. Then Luis, we love him. Like he's great. Some games not. So they are. Yeah. He's not an attacking mid, and he's not a CDM. And he's in between, and we don't play a natural centre mid.
Well, I'll tell you what, Nakamba is a big loss. I wish we had him.
Such a big loss. I was saying that.
Like I would 2 years ago, I would not be thought of me saying this ever.
Because he's breaking up against the big clubs. He was breaking up the play. Yeah. We're talking bottom feeders. Like he will eat all day in these games.
And I miss him.
There was a time that I thought he was a fraud. I didn't think. Yeah. I thought, how is this guy playing in the Premier League? Like like. Who is he? Who is he slept with, or what's going on? Like, there's something, But
as Troy said, his first instinct is to cover the back four. He can't shoot to save his life. I don't think.
He's also not creative. So again, just win it, pass it off, give it to Wendy, give it to Coutinho, let them give it to Ramsey, let McGinn, let them work the magic.
But I remember one game I was at. It was Bournemouth away, and Nakamba had the ball, and he shot. It was the worst shot I've ever seen.
Yeah.
So you just keep passing it to the creative boys and cover the back four, because honestly, he was immense. I think it was like 3-4 games under Steven Gerrard he played. Yeah. He was crazy good.
The thing is, his work rate and his ability to see danger and get there and fill the gap, that Luis doesn't have that. And and he also knows, like, when we're knocking the ball around the back, there's so many times that I just feel watching that, okay, we've got no plan here. No one knows who we're going to next. Nobody actually wants the ball at times. You see Luis, like, he should be the one that gives the option to whoever's got the ball every time. It doesn't matter if, where the ball is on the field. He should be moving into a position to actually give a sideways pass if needed or whatever. But there's certain times that he doesn't even want the ball. Like, we've got the ball, and he's just sitting in there like, yeah, no, it's not coming through me. But I think Nakamba, like, on the other hand, is just constantly looking to where can I affect this game? Where can where can I get that's going to help the team here? And yeah, we're definitely missing that. And maybe Chambers could play in a midfield 3. Like, it wouldn't have to be a 5. You can just play in front of Conser and Mings.
The big if though, like, is he up for it? You're going to basically take a gamble and play him in that role in a Prem game. And if he doesn't do well, does he get dragged? Does he not? Like, again, at least Nakamba's proven.
Yeah, well, if Nakamba was
Conser,
surely
where was Conser, by the way?
Suspended, red card. No,
but he got 2 yellows. Oh, second red of the season.
Yeah,
misses 2 games, right? Yeah, okay, yeah.
Can we just talk about the elephant in the room? One of you guys mentioned Gerrard a second ago, and I think after the Newcastle game, he said, "Look, the players have let me down. I'm not happy with the performance. I'm not happy with what happened. Words are going to be said, and players are going to be replaced." What happened to that? He definitely used the word players. I was expecting
many changes.
I was expecting one or possibly both of Luis and McGinn to be gone. I expected Ollie Watkins to be gone. That happened. Where are all these changes? Yeah. Is it a case where he was too scared to drop them? Is it a case that he's thinking, well, we're not going to get relegated, even though let's not kid ourselves. We are on relegation form, and we need 10 points from the next how many games? It's 14. Given the performance of the last 2 games, I do not know where those 10 points are coming from. Having said that, I don't think we're going to get relegated. So maybe he's thinking, you know what, I won't drop them. Let's persevere with this system. And I think,
but isn't that a perfect opportunity to say, let's try something different as well?
Well, here's the thing, though, Scottie. Here's the thing.
Got rid of Smith as well.
I mean, I watched the was it Swindon? The young right back we've got on loan with had on loan.
Kessel Hayden.
MK Dons.
He's at MK Dons now, but he was at Swindon.
I don't know how he's doing there, but I watched him play Man City, and holy Christ, this kid is good. Now, does that give him the right to an automatic first team slot over Cash? I don't think so, no. But I certainly think it gives him the right as a decent backup. And when we recalled him after the Man City game, I thought, okay, here's a backup. And to me, in that game yesterday, he should have been going on instead of Ashley Young. I'm sorry, Ashley Young, experienced. He's a pro. He's very fit for his age. He should not have come on at right back. It should have been this young fella.
Or even Gilbert. Like, I know Gilbert is, I know I was talking about it last podcast, but Gilbert is made for Steven Gerrard's system.
Yep.
He's such a good player, and I've just hated seeing him not get a crack at Villa. Like, it hurts. It really hurts, because in that Project Restart, when Elmo went out injured, Gilbert was immense in us staying up.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think they would be both really good options, and we haven't seen much of either of them. And Kessler, like you said, like he's got a big future ahead, and he's so good on the ball that yeah, you would think he would suit this system, and Gerrard would bring him in, but yeah, I mean,
maybe a little bit too raw. Maybe a little bit too raw. He's only played a handful of professional games.
Yeah.
Same with Louis Barry's meant to be the next golden child.
So was Jacob Ramsey at one point, but took his chance.
But he went out on loan though first too. He went out to Doncaster.
He wasn't getting consistent minutes in the first team, and he impressed. And just like Kessler Hayden did, and I don't think Ramsey started against Man City and dominated. Kessler Hayden did.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, changes needed for sure.
Yeah, I guess maybe Gerrard thought at the last minute, like, all right, I'm going to give these guys one more go. Like the Louises, the McGinns, Cash was the other one that was sort of, touted to be dropped. But I think we now know that Ashley Young can't come in for Cash. Like no matter what happens, the way he lost his man on that goal, it wasn't completely his fault because
there was so many things that led to that goal. But as soon as Watford got on that counter-attack, I just knew it was coming. And Digne didn't go at Sarr. Sarr had all the time in the world to pick that pass, and he picked it perfectly. Yes, Ashley Young lost his man, but it's not just a one-man defense. There's three other blokes that got to help him out.
No, Digne was absolutely petrified because of the pace.
Yeah.
He knew that he can go either way here, and I'm in the box. So yeah, he didn't do enough.
No. And the substitutions were ludicrous. How many times do we have to see Ollie Watkins and Ings on the field together to know they don't work?
That sub really changed the game, in my opinion. Getting Louise off, who, yes, he didn't have a great game, but he still did okay. And we really lost the midfield battle from the 56th minute onwards when we took off Louise.
And everybody's been saying, look, McGinn tends to struggle after the 70th minute mark. So what Gerrard has done is say, okay, we know he's going to struggle after 70, 75 minutes. Let's have him playing on his own. What does Sanson have to do to get a game here? This second half was made for him. It had his name written all over him. What is going on?
He's a bulldog and he's creative. Like we have,
I feel for him.
And we're fucking playing.
Yeah. And there seems to be a lot of disharmony. They're shouting at Cash to get up the wing. And then as soon as, whether we lose the ball, whether it's turnover, whatever, then they're bollocking him to get back in position within 3 seconds. They're asking him to do some superhuman stuff, which is ridiculous. And I'm seeing McGinn yelling at him. This togetherness and this, what we seem to have under Smith just a few months ago seems to be falling apart. And I think there are big problems. Big problem.
There's big problems. I'm still confident that Gerrard can sort it out, and especially, if we can have a summer where he can, bring in the players, some more players, and we can get some of these guys back from loan, maybe that, are tearing it up. Like Cameron Archer scored again last night. I think that's 4 goals now for Preston. He's on absolute fire. And, wouldn't it have been great to see, 10 or 15 minutes of him last night instead of Ollie,
The young kids have nothing to lose. Nothing to lose. I don't know. Obviously, I can't say his name. I'm not very good with names. But that other young midfielder we're all expecting to come play. I think, Troy can say his name very well, I'm assuming. But
Ignabaum.
Yeah, that guy. He would have done a good job because Watford don't study these players.
Itchy bum.
They don't study these players. They've got nothing to lose, I think.
And what about Carney as well? Like he every time he comes on, he looks solid. Physically, he looks like he gets around the pitch. Yep. He's got a bit of talent, a bit of pace, a bit of energy for a young guy. And in those kind of games, I mean, like what happened in that last 10 minutes, 20 minutes against Man United when we were 2-0 down, right?
Yep. Unreal.
Jay Ramsey and Carney Chukwuemeka and Coutinho all like sort of turned the game in that moment. So you're thinking we're 1-0 down in this game, or it's 0-0. With 20 minutes to go. And he brings Ashley Young on.
If you're willing to be that conservative and you're not willing to give the likes of Chocolate Maker and Sanson a go against the bottom team, at home.
Yeah.
I think you're in the wrong game.
Tell you what, take a gamble. Next season, this season, recall all the kids. But Dace, Hayden, Kessler Hayden, Chucky, Archer. Who's the other one that I'm forgetting?
I would love that team.
We've done it against Chelsea. And it worked against an almost full strength team.
I don't know that we can recall them though. I mean, that would be like Barcelona saying, we're going to recall Coutinho.
At some point next year, like if they're all back, I said, throw them in the deep end. Like I'd rather have this enthusiasm, energy, and youth products because that's the future for us. We look 5-10 years down the track. We want kids to be like, hey, hang on, Chuck, Hayden, Bidace, Ramsey was a youth product. Archer took his chance, got loaned out. Everyone saw it, and then boom, he's starting for Villa all of a sudden. Don't give a shit if Ings cost 30 million, whatever Ollie's price tag is. Start the one that's better based off form and energy. It's like we need something, we need a spark. These kids, there's not as much footage out there of them as Prem players, they've got X factor. And they're like I said, Chucky comes on, does his job, and there's like back to the bench next week. It just pisses us off.
Now's the time to do it because we're not going to qualify for Europe. And
I would back Chucky's engine and lung capacity over Ashley Young's.
Oh, every day of the week and twice on a Sunday. We're not going to get, I don't think we're going to get relegated. We're certainly not going to get into Europe. So if now's the perfect time to put your youngsters on and say, okay, well, we're over COVID. You've got a full crowd of 40,000 people, screaming, beckoning on. They're not going to get on your backs if you don't perform. Now is the perfect time to do it. I think Gerard is sending Kessler Hayden out on loan was a poor decision. He bought him back and everyone got excited and then he shipped him back out again. That was wrong. Archer, was it his time? Maybe, maybe not, but he's a better option than Watkins right now, who is just failing miserably. And if you're not going to give these people a go at this, are we going to start them at the start of next season when it's all on the line and all to play for? No, we're not. So now is the time to do it.
Well, let's get into our Brighton predictions before the quiz. We've got the quiz coming up. So round 7, see if Noah can back up his absolute demoralization.
What?
I don't know.
I dominated and you guys
domination.
sucked.
Domination. So we'll start with you, Noah. Brighton away next Saturday. Team changes.
I don't even know what to predict, to be honest. I'm going to predict a few team changes. Obviously, Constable will come back in.
Aren't you the Messiah?
I don't know. I'd love to see Sanson play for Louise. I'd like to see a McGinn, Sanson, and Ramsey midfield.
Piss McGinn off too. He's been super. Chukwuemeka and Sanson.
Mate, how about we save it for your predictions, and I'm going to do my team predictions if that's okay. But I think that Sanson would help McGinn's game a lot because he's a two-way player. So I think getting that change in, and then I wouldn't change anything else. So Sanson for Louise and Consart for Chambers. And the score? I'm gonna predict a 1-1 draw. I don't see us winning. Graham Potter's a good manager. Yeah. And they'll be watching tape. Watford did their research from our Newcastle game, and Brighton did their research from the Watford game, and I can't see us winning. I hope I'm wrong.
Tommy?
What I want versus what Gerard's going to do, to be honest, it'll just be concert for Chambers. I think Ollie Watkins has probably had a bitch, so I think Watkins will be in for Ings because Gerard's like, you had your chance, you didn't take it. And I'm predicting a 0-0 game. Like I said, we're still not going to plug the gap where it matters. I didn't
know Gerard was Scottish. But
yeah, no, I thought he was Irish, yeah.
Can't do Liverpool. Probably
there you go. That was better.
Yeah, that was a bit of a Scouse accent.
Yeah.
Fucking shite. All right, that's better. Sorry, now I sound like an absolute fool. I think it'll just be Watkins for Ings, and I think it'll be concert for Chambers because there's been numerous occasions where we've all seen that Sanson should come on or start, and I don't know if it's a personal vendetta that Smith said, "Hey, this is my hate list. Make sure you keep it consistent." I think if that was the case, like there would have been many changes that we probably all saw before, Gerard, but. Yeah, that's my prediction.
So predicting our first 0-0 of the season.
0-0.
I reckon it'll be a boring as shit game.
There's only like
Brighton don't win. Brighton dominate, but they don't win games, and we don't dominate. And right now we're not winning games. So yeah, I'm going for a draw too. I think it'll be 0-0 because again we're just struggling for goals at the moment. It's not like we're bagging 3 or 4 a game.
It wouldn't be a Coop De Villa podcast without a bit of a stat. So I think there's only 4 teams in the Premier League at the moment So we're obviously one of them that haven't drawn 0-0 this season.
Really?
So interesting stat.
How about fuck stats? What's Tab Sportsbet paying? How's that for a stat?
That's because our defense is shit, basically.
Literally. Yeah, and I think Mings obviously gets exposed without Konsa, which goes to show how much he does behind. I think it's just leadership, even though he's younger. I think he does. I
thought he was okay last night.
Yeah, give or take. Like
I think Konsa really helps him, covers him.
Yeah,
I think Konsa brings that tough, no nonsense attitude where I think Mings needs that kick up the ass at times, and he's very lackadaisical. He's always one pass away from a mistake.
Yeah, when things start to get chaotic for Mings, like Konsa very often calms him down, but
he calms him down, but he's also got a lot of aggression from Mings' stuff ups in the game. So yeah, fun.
All right, Troy, your prediction?
Well, you talk about stats, and I think the stat yesterday was that I think there are only 3 teams in the Premier League that had scored a goal every home game, and we blew that yesterday. Do you blame Ings for that? No, I think he did more in that 45 minutes than Ollie Watkins has done for most of the season. So for me, Ings stays. He has to stay. Do you change?
Huh? He said Mings. I thought he said Mings. Go on.
No, Ings. Do I bring Konsa back in for Chambers? I thought Chambers did okay, and he was a really good link between defensive-wise. Konsa's better, but I think the link between the defense and attack, Chambers did that quite well, and he took a lot of pressure off Mings. So I would keep the back four the same. The big question, and I'm kind of agreeing here that we should get Son in, but I think he should come in for John McGinn rather than Louise. I think those two would work together pretty well. Prediction. Look, we're either going to lose 3-0 or it's going to be 1-1. I'll go with 1-1.
And I've got a stat as well, which is a pretty terrible stat. So what?
4 Ripple biscuits in the last 5 minutes. No,
33% of Watford's points this season have come against us. 6 points.
33%. I thought it was.
Yeah, that's what I said.
That's what you said.
I thought you said
33.33% recurring.
It's a joke. So a third of their points for the entire season, Troy, from Villa.
It's terrible, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. There's no way that team should be taking 6 points from us.
We are one of those clubs that if you're on a bad run.
And right now, Everton are booming. So, they're kind of climbing up. We're creeping down because we're losing the teams that we definitely
Are you watching the same Premier League as me or what?
Everton got done last night.
Yeah, they got done, but they're still playing good football and they've attracted some decent players under Lampard all of a sudden. So, again, they're not the same Everton pre-Lampard.
And they look it. They've won one game.
At home, they're a different story.
Yeah.
Scottie, your prediction?
My prediction is 1-1 as well. And I think Chucky will come in for McGinn.
No way.
Konsa will come in for... Well, I think Chucky should come in for someone. And it's either Louise or McGinn. And with Louise, I think that makes us a bit too unbalanced. So
you feel that it's either the strikers or Mings that are always the scapegoat. That's always. I think that's what you're getting at, Scott, as well. Like Chucky, 100% midfield's got to change.
Did you see the tweet?
I'd be happy with Sanson.
Did you see the tweet? It's like Villa Twitter rules. And it was like, if your striker misses, you slate the striker. Your centre back has a shit game, you slate your centre back. I love it. Good tweet.
The meltdowns. People actually, I think after this result, weren't so much like pissed off, but more just dumbfounded. Like I saw a few people tweeting things like, imagine saying that we got Chambers, Digne and Coutinho and were worse than we were before. And it's a good point. But let's get on to the quiz because we've been going on a bit and we don't want to talk about that game anymore.
Nah, enough of that.
Absolute shithouse.
I'm already sick of watching it in Troy's background too. I'm watching it again.
All right, so we're gonna do the quiz. Round 7. What are the scores? It's 3 to Noah, 2 to Troy, 1 to me. 1 to Tommy.
I'm the worst here by far.
All right. So, Tommy, you can go first as you are
a loser
behind. And this is the question. This is the question to see which order we go in. And
84.
I did write these questions like a week ago. So some of them are sort of like talk a bit more about Newcastle because we were going to do the quiz then, but it didn't work out that way. So
sorry about that.
The question is, how far is it from Villa Park to St. James's Park? In kilometres.
It's a long way.
Whoever gets the closest will go first. Just give me a number.
189.
189 from Tommy. Troy?
But is this kilometres?
Kilometres, yeah.
So
we're an Australian channel.
I'll say 360.
360.
Yeah. I'm going to go 445.
45?
As in like
450?
Nah, 4,000. 4,000. No.
I'm going with 4,000, Scott.
Nah, 450.
450. Well, then it's 275 is the correct answer. So that I think it means Tommy, Troy,
me,
Noah. I think your closest 189, right?
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
What did you say, Troy, again?
Let's just call it a night.
I said 360. Let Tommy go first. I don't care.
Yeah. No, it is closer to me by about 10, I think.
Yeah,
I'll happily go last. That's fine. I'll happily go last.
Noah will go last. So Tommy, Troy, Noah is the order. Tommy, give me a number between 1 and 15.
I know you're going to screw me, but I'm going to go with number 1.
Okay, number 1.
No.
Okay.
84.
Chris Wood, before last Sunday's game, had played against Villa 7 times in the Premier League and the Championship.
Oh, no.
How many goals has he scored in those matches against us?
Fucking hell. Jesus Christ.
That's a good question, though.
That's a ridiculously tough question.
No, it's not. Come on, buddy. Pipe down.
Well, I mean, there's only like...
Oh, so it's me then Troy, yeah? Because then,
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. I like the structure. I'm a big fan of this structure, actually. Suck it, Noah.
I don't care.
I'm going to go 8. No, I'm going to take that back because he's played us 7 times. Well, he hasn't scored a goal a game, and he hasn't got like any hat trick. Plus, he's a Kiwi in this shit.
Okay, so, the next number you say is going to be the answer. Like that was a bit of a mulligan.
That is
I'll stick with 8.
Okay, that's not correct. So it goes to Troy. He can steal.
I'm going to have a stab. Don't tell you. I want to have a stab.
Troy, you got anything there?
2, please.
2 is incorrect as well. So it goes to Noah.
Is it 4?
4 is correct.
Oh,
for 3 points.
Oh, hang on. What did he say?
4. Because I know he scored a couple when he was at Leeds in the Championship.
Here we go.
It started already. Okay. It started already.
All right. So, Troy, it's your question.
And there was no glitch whatsoever.
There was no.
I got a mouthful of balls.
Chocolate ones as well.
So, give me a number between 2 and 15.
2, please, Scott.
Number 2. Okay, Callum Chambers made his England debut versus Norway in a 1-0 win. Which year was it? So what year did he make his England debut? He hasn't played for England for a little bit now.
Take a punt and they'll win for a month.
Sorry, you dropped out there, Scott. He hasn't played for England for how long now?
A while.
A while.
Yes. A few years at least.
I'll say 2016.
That is incorrect. So it goes to Noah, who can steal again.
I was going to go 2017, and I won't hate the fun. I'll have a punt anyway. 2017 I'll go for.
That's incorrect as well.
There you go.
So, Tommy?
He's muted, mate. You're muted. How are you?
I know. It was like 2011 to 2014. Because I think 2014, I remember Googling this before when we signed him. So I'm like, there'll be something on him. I think he went to Arsenal at 2013, 2014. And I'm guessing his form was great. So he might have got an England cap. So I'm going to take a guess and go 2013.
So close. It was 2014.
I knew.
You did say it.
To be fair, good guess, Tommy. That's a very good guess.
It was.
I knew the match.
I respect that.
I remember that. I did Google it, and I'm like, because that's Southampton killing it for.
He was.
He got signed at like 21, 22 at Arsenal. It was a young.
No, that's very. I completely forgot about that.
See? All
right, so it's up to you, Noah.
I'll go question
even
3.
When I do research, I still get it wrong.
Question 3. We're going in order.
We are today.
Okay.
Because Troy started that all those weeks ago.
How many Maltesers can Troy fit in his mouth at once?
More than Axel Swanzebe.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Question number 3. The last time Villa beat Newcastle was in 2005 in that famous match where Newcastle ended up with 8 players on the field after Kieran Dyer and Lee Bowyer had a brawl on the pitch. Which Villa player separates the 2 Newcastle players when they're having a brawl?
How long do you want me to slow roll this for? Because the Claret and Blue podcast interviewed this guy and he spoke about it. It's a former club captain. He has our all-time Premier League appearances, and it is Gareth Barry. 3 points to me, please, Scott Cooper.
Oh, look, I don't have to add much else to that. It is Gareth Barry, and it is 3 points to Noah, which takes him to 6. So this after one round, Tom and Troy are on 0. Noah's on 6.
And some Villa player was standing behind them, pissing themselves laughing. I'm trying to think of who it was.
Was it Wilfred Baumer?
Yeah, no. I give Noah the extra 3 for that as well. Probably not. He's on 9 now.
I remember Gareth Barry talking about it. So there you go.
There you go. Well, Tommy, everything apart from the first 3 have gone.
Go 4.
Number 4.
Troy's loving this.
Steven Gerrard has recently promoted Tim Irognebaum. You know that guy? I don't know how to pronounce his last name. It's Iroegbunam. To the matchday squad. Which club did we sign him from?
The options.
Come on, man. Come on.
It's not you that I'm worried. Do you know the answer?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
The options are.
No, come on. Do you really want the options?
I don't. We need to collude against him early, Troy.
Just take. He already took the options. Who cares? I don't even know.
He's taking the options.
Thank you.
The options are.
I wasn't going to take it.
No, you already are. You requested
it. Based on Troy knowing the answer.
No, see, that's bullshit. That is bullshit. That is bullshit.
Take a guess.
He asked him if he knew, and he said, I know. He asked him if he knew, and he said, I know, so now he's going to have a guess. That is bullshit. I'm not having that.
All right, we better do the options. You need to collect the options.
Thank you.
Next time,
I'm making a ruling. Okay, so the options are Chelsea, Arsenal, Wolves, or West Brom.
Oh, I do know.
Was it Wolves?
It's not Wolves. It's West Brom, unfortunately.
Yeah, we only signed him last year, didn't we?
Yep. So, unfortunately, incorrect. Troy.
We've basically raped and pillaged our youth.
Yeah, we did.
In a footballing sense, just not in a...
Sorry, yes.
Okay, moving on. So anything from 5 onwards, Troy?
14.
14.
My birthday. It's my birthday.
It is his birthday.
If I don't get a card from you, Noah.
I don't know, a month.
Okay.
Just send one every month. Moonpig.
In this week in 2012, Aston Villa hired what type of bird to keep the magpies off the Villa Park pitch from digging for worms?
What the fuck?
What bird did they hire? Was it Doggy Louise's girlfriend?
No, it's an actual physical bird.
Oh, right.
And they hired it with a handler and everything to keep the magpies off the pitch because they used to dig for worms.
Just have a pun. I've got no idea.
There are options.
There's got to be a bird of prey, so I'll go a peregrine. Oh, no, I'm going to go a peregrine falcon.
That's incorrect.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So it goes to Noah.
I'll take the options.
Okay, the options are an eagle, a hawk, a falcon, or a condor.
I was going to say eagle to start with, so I'll go with eagle.
That's incorrect. It's a hawk.
Oh, there you go.
So, yeah, it's a Harris hawk to be Yeah, specific. Yeah, so and apparently now we actually have 2 Hawks.
Didn't Google that, did you?
Yeah, but in 2012 we brought a Hawk
They
in.
never told you. They never tell you that at the tour. I never knew that. So
I only found out about this week when I was flicking through some weird stats and stories. So there you go.
This is so random.
Yeah, very random. I'll go 5.
So
That's
Troy,
5.
Yeah. So
I'll go 5.
yeah, Noah next. He wants number 5. Number 5 coming
Burkina
up.
Faso.
No Burkina Faso this week.
Of course, typical.
Okay. Adama Traore re-signed for Barcelona recently, the club that we signed him from.
Mm-hmm.
But how many Barcelona first-team appearances had Traore made when Villa signed him in 2015?
Not many, because he was playing for Barcelona B.
He was?
Not many at all. I'm going to take the options, please.
Okay, the options are 0, 1, 2, or 3.
I think I might have been 1. I think he might have played 1.
That's what I would have gone with too.
Yeah, I think he might have played 1.
That's correct.
Yeah.
1 point each. Well done, Noah.
Yeah. Wait, I'll happily share that. You need all the points you can get. So
unfortunately, there is a bonus question as well.
Oh, thank you.
So he's got his 1 point, and here's the bonus question: how many goals did he score for Villa in all competitions?
0. I don't think he scored for
us. That's incorrect. It was 1. Notts County in the League Cup in a 5-3 win, I think it was.
There you go. I didn't think he scored for us because he was pretty useless in front of goal.
He was. He didn't score any Premier League goals, but he got 1 in the League Cup.
There you go.
Which I didn't know either. So
no,
there you go.
Notts County, big club.
Mm-hmm.
Go on, Noah. Tell us the stats about Notts County. What's famous about them?
They're the oldest club in English football, aren't they?
Nope.
Yes,
oldest league club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So okay, we are we're through with 2 rounds, and Tommy and Troy are on 0, and Noah's on 7.
Table's open and the horse is bolted.
He's on 7.
Yeah,
he's on 7.
You gave him a bonus, you twat.
No, but I got 1 point for the other one. I got 2 correct, and I got the options.
That's 7.
Yeah, I took the options, Troy. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's 7. Yeah, we're good. All right, Tommy. 5, 6,
10.
Yeah, 10 or 10's.
I just did 5, Scott. So 5's not an option. I just took 5.
Oh yeah, sorry, I haven't crossed someone off.
He said 10.
That adds up. Yep. Okay, so number 10. Which Aston Villa legend was inducted into the English Football Hall of Fame in 2015?
2015, he was inducted, so it'd have to be someone before that.
I've got no idea.
Look at him Googling. You can see the reflection in his eyes.
Into what? The England Hall of Fame?
Into the English Football Hall of Fame. So this is, all players from all clubs. The absolute cream
and yeah.
crop.
And so, just quickly, my thought process. I'm thinking Bosnich because he got poached by United later on and he won a bit with us. Piss off, Noel.
It's been 4 hours, mate. Come on, we need an answer here, Scottie.
Is it Mark Bosnich?
It's not Mark Bosnich.
Go, Troy. Go on, Troy.
Did you say England as in he's English?
No, it can be any nationality.
So you're saying no, he's not English?
No, he's saying he doesn't have to be English.
No, he doesn't have to be English.
All right. Oh, I see. I automatically thought English. I was thinking David Platt. But I'll go with that.
David Platt is incorrect.
Of course, yeah.
So it goes to Noah.
Honestly, first thing that came to mind was Peter Schmeichel. I don't know why, but that's what I thought straight away. But he didn't play for us very long.
Peter Schmeichel did get inducted, but he was not in 2015. Okay, and I wouldn't class him as a Villa legend either.
I know, yeah.
So unfortunately, you've all got that one wrong. It's Paul McGrath.
Oh, of course. Paul McGrath.
God
forgive me. God forgive us.
One of only 3 or 4 players to ever win the Players Writers Footballer of the Year as a defender. So pretty good player, but unfortunately, no points for you guys.
I wish I got to watch him play. One play I've seen his highlights of, and I just love to have watch him play live.
All right, so 10's gone, and we are now on to Troy. Pick a number.
What's the last one?
15.
15.
I'll go with 15. Please.
Okay. In February 1995, Villa beat Wimbledon 7-1 at Villa Park.
Mm-hmm.
Who scored a first half hat trick in that game?
Oh, I was thinking it was the guy with the umbrella who recently died, and I can't think of his name. So to save holding things up, I'll go to Lee Hendry.
Lee Hendry is incorrect.
Is it Atkinson?
That's who I was thinking of.
Atkinson is incorrect.
Oh, good.
Tommy,
off your phone, you're researching dog.
DM and the missus.
Yeah, sure.
What was the question?
In February 1995, Villa beat Wimbledon 7-1 at Villa Park. Who scored a first half hat trick in that game?
Did you say it was the guy who died?
No.
Troy?
Ron Atkinson.
Atkinson has been guessed, and it was incorrect.
Shut up.
No. Troy went for Lee Hendry, which is a ridiculous guess, and I don't think he scored 3 goals in his career.
Yeah, I went Atkinson.
Yeah, so it's not Hendry or Atkinson.
Be York.
It's not York either. It was Tommy Johnson.
Tommy Johnson.
Little Tommy Johnson.
My next guess.
Yeah.
My next guess.
Difficult one, but I thought maybe one of you might know it.
No, there you go.
But not.
See, Tommy's message is missus. He says, "What's the answer to this?" She's got back and said Tommy, and he's gone, "Yes."
It's like, I'm asleep. Piss off. What do you know?
Okay,
number 6,
Noah.
please. Number 6.
Yeah,
number 6 will do. Thank you.
This is becoming quite a familiar story.
What, me getting 3 points?
Noah's dominating. But we'll see how you go with this one.
It's a trending theme here.
Okay. In September 2002, Aston Villa played the local derby versus Birmingham City at St Andrews when a bizarre own goal was let in by the Aston Villa goalkeeper after a throw-in back pass from Olaf Melberg went under the keeper's studs and into the net. Who was the goalkeeper?
Where it was Schmeichel. I don't know, but I'm almost certain it was Schmeichel. So that's the first thing that came to mind. I'm gonna lock it in. I'm probably gonna be wrong because I think Troy's baited me, but that's the first thing the first game that came to mind that played then.
Bad luck.
Peter Schmeichel is incorrect.
Yeah, I didn't know.
It's on Tom. Tommy, do you know who was that keeper that made that one of the gaffes of all time in Premier League history?
Options are available.
They are available. But you guys seem to be going without the options this week, going for punts, which I like.
I've taken the options once.
Paul Robinson.
Paul Robinson is also incorrect. And
good try.
that goes to Troy. And I think he might know this.
Enkelman.
Peter Enkelman is correct for 3 points.
Troy, you've got more points than you did all of the last quiz. Congratulations, man.
And there's
a bonus question.
There is a bonus question.
Oh.
Okay. So what was the controversy about the legitimacy of that goal?
They didn't know whether it touched his boots or not. He claimed it didn't. So therefore it should have been what would it have been? A goal kick. He's saying it didn't touch his boots.
That is correct. You can't score from a throw-in. And Enkelman says to this day that he didn't make contact with the ball.
No.
So an extra point to Troy. Well
Troy's
done.
on 4. There you go.
That was a big question, and he's back. He's back in it.
He's
back in it.
I like this. Actually having competition this week.
Oh, he's a cocky little gimp, isn't he?
He is. All right. So whose question was that one? That was
me.
Now, no, it was me. Because
it was Noah. Yeah.
So now it's on to Tommy.
It's on to Tommy. Yep. You need some points here, Tommy.
Sorry. Yes.
Number 11. Give me a bon Lahore.
The Gabby number.
Gaggy.
Okay. Aston Villa's Danish sporting director, Johan Lang, was an assistant coach at what other English club between 2012 and 2013?
Can you do where we got him from? At least I know that one.
Well, Copenhagen.
Yeah, all right, shut up. We get it. So he was
an assistant coach at another English side.
I have no idea. I never thought he was in England before Villa.
Well,
is that the guy that never smiles?
No,
Yeah.
he always used to smile.
Looks like,
He always used to smile.
My theory is this. I know Chelsea do a lot of analytics, so I'm going to go with them because we are replicating them, and Man City didn't start doing it until much, much later.
So you're going with Chelsea?
Chelsea, which is probably
incorrect. Incorrect. Troy?
Can I take the options?
Yes, you can.
Oh, go on.
The options are Wolverhampton Wanderers, West Brom, Newcastle, or Sunderland.
Forget Newcastle and Sunderland.
Yeah, because what he's done is put the Tyneside derby and he's put 2 from the Midlands. So
see what I did there?
So we don't have the loopholes here.
Yeah, that's it. Covering all bases.
I've never knew he worked in England. I'm fascinated by this.
I'm going to Google it just to make sure.
So it was what was it? Wolves or Wolves or the Baggies?
Wolves or West Brom or Newcastle or Sunderland.
See, we seem to be taking a lot of West Brom youth. So do I say, well, there's the connection there? No, West Brom's already been an answer. You're not going to make West Brom an answer twice, so I'll go with Wolves.
And Wolves is correct. 1 point.
Oh, only got one.
Yes, you took the options.
And there's a bonus question.
There isn't a bonus question, but you are on 5 points. So
2 behind me.
It's getting closer.
Not so cocky now, are you?
I mean, at least I won't come last.
All right. So that was Tommy's question. Now it's your turn, Troy, for some more points.
13 is available.
13 is available.
All right. Lucky for you. Oh, sorry. Shit.
Okay.
Could really be
unlucky for you, clearly.
Quality professional podcast.
I know it's a Sunday, but if you could just stop drinking before the podcast, that would be great. No, okay, number 13. In 1992, Aston Villa were Premier League runners-up to Manchester United. Mm-hmm. Game that clinched the title and therefore crushed Villa's dreams of being champions was the game that first started Fergie time, right? That the phenomenon that would be Fergie time. United were 1-0 up entering injury time when Steve Bruce scored 2 headers to win the game for United.
Yeah. Sheffield Wednesday.
Who were their opponents? Sheffield Wednesday is correct for 3 points.
And you know what I love about that is Troy and I spoke about that ages ago on the podcast because I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
So Troy and I spoke about that ages ago.
And there's a bonus question. And there is a bonus question. Okay. Alex Ferguson ran onto the pitch after the winning goal and did a knee slide, with his assistant manager also running on the pitch. Who was the assistant manager that ran on the pitch with Alex Ferguson?
Brian Kidd.
Brian Kidd is correct for 1 point. And that takes you
to 8, I think. 8 or 9.
9 points.
Well done. I like this.
Yeah, so
I'm guessing the whole way through. I'm guessing the whole way through. Noah.
So you've taken the lead there, Troy, and you're on 9. Noah's on 7.
Do you like me now?
Tommy's on 0.
How do you like me now?
I'm a big fat donut.
And Noah, your
question. What's next in line? Next in line.
There's 7, 8, 9, 12.
7.
Yep.
Whoa, he's a bit restless here.
So this is a great comeback, and it's
I respect it. I love it.
I thought this would be another blowout.
I think it's fun that we're just throwing around the 3 points.
I know more about Manchester United circa 1990s than I did the whole history of Aston Villa.
Okay, Noah.
Mm-hmm.
Number 7, former Aston Villa player Darius Vassell had from his first team debut in 1998 to 2011. He had a remarkable scoring statistic / oddity around his scoring of goals. What was the oddity? So he had a remarkable stat between 1998 to 2011 around whenever he scored a goal.
No idea.
No, there
are options available.
I enjoy having a punt, but I'm going to have to take the options. I don't even know. I've got no idea. Yeah, options, please.
Okay, the options are he never scored as a substitute. He never scored more than 1 in a game. he never scored in a game that his side lost, and he never scored a header.
What was the second one?
The second one was he never scored more than one in a game.
I'm going to go with that one. I don't know. That was the first thing that I was going to say.
That's incorrect. He never scored in a game that his side lost.
Huh.
Wow.
For that, and that was all these years at Villa, all these years at Man City, and then he finally went to Leicester and did score in 2011 in a game that Leicester lost. But
there you go.
for 13 years, he never scored in a
That's
losing
amazing.
game.
That's amazing.
That is stunning.
So no points, unfortunately.
I can't believe you've never heard that stat, Noah.
It's good for the game. It's good for the game because Troy's still in it. And Tommy, can you do something here? We got 3 going into the last round. Tommy's on 0. Troy's on 9. Tommy's on.
I just need a point. It's like.
Is there one more round after this?
No, this is it. We got.
Oh, this is it now.
One
So
more
this is it now.
question each.
Yeah, this is it now.
Question
yeah, okay.
A.
I like the way it says Troy's still in it. Not all Troy's winning. He knows I'm going to fuck this up, and Noah's going to get it.
Yeah, well, actually,
question A.
You are winning. I should be kinder.
Question A.
Okay. No, number 8. In 1895, artist Thomas M. Hemme painted what's claimed to be one of the oldest paintings of a football game between Aston Villa and what other club? It's a famous picture. You might have seen it. I'm pretty sure it's been shared on the Facebook group.
Never seen it.
It's a.
My theory here is could it be Everton because that's the most played fixture. That's all my theory.
That was leaning towards.
I'm going to say, all right, is it Villa versus Everton, Scott?
It's not.
Damn it.
Which gives Troy an opportunity
to win it.
Can I take options?
You can.
Yeah, give it to me.
We ruined the fun, but
insurance.
It's the smart thing. It's the smart thing to do.
I just say my first thought was because we talked about Notts County. I would have said that, but give me the options.
Okay, the options are Wolverhampton Wanderers, Preston North End, Newcastle United, or Sunderland.
Preston North End.
It's actually Sunderland.
Wow.
So.
Wow.
Yes.
I would not have guessed that at all.
No one gets any points for that, but.
I would not have guessed that at all.
Do you like that? Do you like the way I said that with such confidence?
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
The arrogance.
But the thing is, that I was also thinking that was smart because Wolves and Preston were in the first ever football league with us, so I thought it might have paid them a fair bit.
That's why I threw them in there. But yeah. All right. So Troy, it's on you, and you got 9 or 12. 9.
9, which means no in German.
I know that.
From Secret Hitler, good game.
Which British former US Open golf champion is an Aston Villa fan?
Give me the options.
The options are Justin Rose, Graham McDowell, Rory McIlroy, Lee Westwood.
Okay, so the first and the last ones I've heard of. So let's go with
Westwood's.
I was gonna say West.
But then no one's usually right, Troy. So
I'm not. Ashley Westwood's friend.
I was going to say Lee Westwood. I'll tell you what, I'm going to change it now to Rose. And if it turns out to be Westwood and he wins this, I'm going to kick myself in the nuts. Go on, Rose.
And Rose is correct for a point.
So if I get this right, it's a tiebreaker.
You screwed yourself there, boy.
I was making an Ashley Westwood joke. I wasn't trying to do any harm. I had no idea.
You harmed yourself.
Okay, so it all comes down to this.
What color
Number
is
12. Well, you're not as far away as all the bonuses have gone. We've done the bonuses, so he can only get 3 points maximum, which will take him to a tiebreaker and a tiebreaker. Okay, so here we go. What is Aston Villa's sleeve sponsor?
Can I tell you what it is, or do I have to say the name?
You have to tell me the name of the company.
All I know is it's a gambling website in China.
That has to be the correct pronunciation.
All I know, I don't know how to say it. It's a gambling website in China. That's all I know.
That sounds like 1 point. That's not 3.
That's all I know. I can't. All I can tell you, it's a gambling website in China because James Rushton from the AVFC podcast went on the website and was on Twitter.
You're correct, but I need more than that.
Yep, bad luck.
3 points.
Yeah, I'll cop it.
So are you gonna have a guess?
I got nothing to guess. I don't remember.
All right. Well, Tommy, you can steal.
No.
I mean,
OB Sports
is correct. OB Sports.
He researched it 100%.
I literally had my phone out researching, forgetting. Hey, a wizard wins.
Cheating. He's cheating.
Look, it hasn't changed anything. Troy is the winner. Well done. A huge comeback. 10 points to
Scott's face. Scott's face. I'm literally like this. I'm like, I wonder what it is. And then I'm like, oh shit, I can answer this.
Well, look, that could have been a bit of cheating in the end, but it didn't make a difference.
I like that. Well done, Troy.
Well
Congratulations.
done. Congratulations. And
that's a good. I think
young man.
That's the Villa colour.
Yes, and you've stopped Noah's run of domination.
So, sports, man, I'm betting against us on the weekend with.
Oh yeah.
All right, everyone. Well, we'll wrap it up there because we've been going a while. But it's been great. Thanks for all your subscribing, your liking, your comments.
What are we at? 131 still?
Yeah, 131.
131. Let's try and get us up to 150 before the end of the season.
That's right. I'm sure your mum Bonnie's got a couple burner accounts she can make.
That's it. Yeah, tell your friends. Tell people who like football or Villa or anything.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. Tell your mates.
Yeah, tell anyone. Just get on, subscribe, and enjoy.
And shout out to Bonnie Cooper.
And what people didn't see before we started this podcast was Scottie's mum was on. So say hi to your mum for me.
Yes, I will.
And Jeffrey as well.
Here.
And Jeffrey.
Jeff. Yep, Jeff and Bonnie, huge fans, huge sponsors of the show. They've made all our signs. So this is the first episode with all 4 of us showing our beautiful signs that Bonnie made, which is great. And
I like Scott. Tommy's one, the Coop De Villa.
Yeah, well, his head's blocking it a little bit, but there it is. There you go. It's, all right. So we'll see you all next week for Brighton. Up the Villa, and see you all later.
Congratulations, Troy.
Cheers. Thank you very much. Bye. Hey, there they are.
See you guys. Bye.